Hey, it's Friday, so if you're heading to the movie this weekend and you need a little advice, what should you go see? Our film critic, Rad, is here with all of the great advice that you always bring with us. Good morning to you, Rad.
Good morning.
We're going to talk two films. And number one, is it true that Tyler Perry is killing off somebody on Madea, the Madea series?
Well, this is what he says. He's kind of hinted at this in the past, so I don't know if we can hold him to his word, but he does say, yes, Medea's final family funeral is the funeral for Madea. Like, he's saying that this is the last ride for, this is the character that Tyler Perry plays. He cross-dresses as this pistol-packing, smack-talking granny, kind of a mammy figure character. And you know what? Like, if this truly is her last ride, I am gonna miss Madea.
Really?
Yeah, because, like, look, I like some of the Madea movies, certainly not all of them, right? And it's not like these movies have ever, like, really stood out as the most amazing comedy, but they do. I mean, Madea is a really funny, raunchy character, and some of these movies, they do have their charms. They work that middle region. And the thing about a Madea movie, or as with any Tyler Perry movie, is that it is both a comedy, like a raunchy comedy, and it's also this really melodramatic movie that's trying to engage like family values for middle-class African Americans. In the past, I've called Tyler Perry like the Douglas Sirk of black filmmaking, right? Because he's tried to get those home values in.
Okay.
Problem with this movie, the melodrama is a bit wonky. Like, it's about a family that has all these infidelities they're dealing with within their family, so it's kind of like a Jerry Springer episode.
Okay.
But the funny thing is, you got the Madea characters, not just Madea. If you know the Madea crew, there's Aunt Bam and Hattie, like this regular kind of chorus that Madea has, and just watching them kind of cackle their way through and just offer like a running commentary on all the silliness we're watching. That's funny. So it's like watching a Jerry Springer, episode, but with your like foul-mouthed aunties. So the Jerry Springer stuff is silly, but your aunties are kind of funny.
Yeah,
you know?
all right. So who should see this film this weekend?
Well, you know what? If you're down with Madea, then this is the movie for you, right? Like, I mean, and when I say down with Madea, you would have loved Meet the Browns and Madea Goes to Jail. Like, these are the weaker Madea movies. This one's a little better than those ones. But, so if you're a fan, you're into this. If you're not, then I don't see why you would care about Madea leaving, saying goodbye, hallelujah, or whatever she does.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're gonna get serious for a second because the film that everybody is talking about that is airing on Sunday is Leaving Neverland, a documentary about Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Give us all the details.
Okay, so I'm gonna take my time with this because this is a hard one to talk about. It was a hard one to watch. It's absolutely devastating, but it's an absolutely necessary conversation. This is a 4-hour documentary, so it's actually airing in 2 parts, Sunday and Monday, and it's about these two men who are now, the documentary follows these two men who then recall their experiences and claim that they were sexually abused as children by Michael Jackson.
Wow.
And this is a very detailed document. These men talk about how they met Michael Jackson as children, how he befriended them, how he befriended their family, how he rewarded them and lifted up their lives. But then they also say that he essentially, they claim that he groomed them to be his lovers, right? And this is, as I say, it's really detailed. It's 4 hours. Me and my wife sat through this in one night. We didn't expect to see the whole thing, but we were gripped through. We couldn't go to sleep after. We stayed up the whole night because we had to discuss this. We had to discuss everything we had seen, all the devastating material and all the illuminating material. Because you watch this movie and you wonder, what were the parents doing, right? Why didn't the parents protect their children? Were the parents so caught off guard by the celebrity and stuff that they didn't want to, like, when they saw these these telltale signs, were they just like, did they not want to burst the image they have of this like glowing celebrity, this inspirational figure who's like, shedding his light on them? And then also you look at the victim. One of the victims, Wade Robson, he's someone who really explains how...
We know him as he's the choreographer.
He's the choreographer for Britney Spears. Yeah, Britney Spears and such. And he in the past has testified defending Michael Jackson. When previous accusers came on, he was on trial and testifying and protecting Michael Jackson, saying, no, nothing ever happened. So this is a really illuminating documentary that gives you the idea of how a victim can turn around and protect their abuser and why they would do that, and you would basically just have to hear it for yourself in terms of like what makes someone protect their own abuser. So absolutely devastating material.
Yep.
There's gonna be a reckoning this weekend because I think a lot of people are gonna have to grapple with the fact that how do you watch this and reconcile it with your love of this
Michael
guy?
Jackson. Yeah. So who should see this?
So, I mean, as a movie, this is for people who were able to grapple with movies like Deliver Us from Evil and The Tale. Deliver Us from Evil is a documentary about a Catholic priest church that the system allowed to keep repeating its systems. The Tale is about it's a filmmaker, Jennifer Fox, recounts her own history with sexual abuse in a relationship where she was in love with her abuser.
Heavy material, to say
Very
the least.
heavy.
Unfortunately, we have to go, but Rad, I'm sure we will debrief on this next week. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.